Hey Aries, I'm getting started on my October readings for the entire zodiac. I'm starting with you because who doesn't start with Aries? Aries starts everything, don't they? So we're looking at the health, wealth, and relationships of Aries for October 2018. If you haven't been here before, welcome. If you have been here, welcome back. My name's Seth. I run Comingouttarot.com. You can always find out more about me over there. I've got an incredibly beautiful, bright fall sun morning. I want to enjoy some of it, so I'm out here with you, enjoying the sun and doing these readings. So let's get started. Health, wealth, and relationships. Aries, not surprising. There's some fire in here. Let's just get started with the health side of things. Health side of things, this is the sun, which is super, super bright in my eye right now. So I love that this card showed up first, especially as we're starting with this first sign of the zodiac. The sun in your health position is it's sharing with us how much you are on the right track. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing exactly what you're meant to be doing related to your health. If you're struggling with health and you're not quite sure where to go or what to do with it, and it just doesn't feel like you're on the right path, and remember, I'm not a doctor, I don't pretend to be one, so you should always talk to your doctor about anything health related, whether it's mental or physical. Warm baths in this case might help. As we get into fall and winter, we know the sun's going to start going away, at least not being out as much, and having that vitamin D could be essential for you. You may want to get a sun lamp that can help you feel like you're getting all of that direct energy that you really, really need to feel like you can move forward with strength, energy, and drive during the day. That's your health. Let's talk about the wealth side of things. What's going on with wealth? This is Radha. She's the daughter of Wands. The daughters in this deck are a little more pronounced than we might think of them in a regular or a standard Rider-Waite-Smith. So to have her in the wealth section is actually really fascinating to me because she's never showed up there before. You can get really creative with your choices around your money in the month of October. If there's something you've always wanted to try to do, or like financially, or so I want to start an IRA, or I want to start saving in a different way, or I want to spend in a different way, or I've always wanted to go on that trip and I know there's a concert at the other end of it, something creative, then I would encourage you to think about that creative way to think about your money. October is going to be a great time to decide and to consider and to make some strong choices about what you'd like to do in your financial picture. But it should be a creative solution, not some like hard line solution. It is the, how do I do this? Well, what if I tried that? Let's see if that works, because it feels like it's gonna. That's where your wealth sits this month. Then let's get into relationships. This is the Nine of Stones. Put in a lot of work on your relationships over at least the last month, could be the last 3 months or so. This month, that's all starting to pay off. Hey Tom, thank you. You're really in a state of having a bunch of squirrels just ran by. They're playing like crazy, or fighting over a nut, one of the two, because they just came out of an oak tree. Anyway, all that work you put in, good on you, it's there. What's interesting is that in the distance, there's still a little bit of work to do, and that work is highly related to a spiritual nature. So what you may find is that there's some unresolved issues in the work that you've been putting into your relationship, or the relationship that you'd like to have, and that will be around spiritual issues, religious issues, how you think about spirit for yourself. So it's nothing to be scared of, just to know if you haven't resolved that, it's coming. And my guess is it's coming probably towards the end of the month. It's definitely in the distance. It may come up this month and push into November, but it's coming. It's not done. I am also I'm also fascinated by the fact that there's a lot of movement here in this relationship. And by movement, I mean the work that you've done has created a an energy that is keeping the relationship moving, and that's exciting because it probably felt like it was stagnant for a little while, and all that work is definitely paying off. So congratulations. If I look at this holistically, you've got a lot of fire and a little bit of earth going on in this month. That's keeping you warm. However, if you stay too heavy in the fire side of things, you could scorch everything you've got going on. So the more drive and energy that you put towards this relationship work, it could backfire on you. So be really, really careful. The more energy you put in your health and your finances, that's what's gonna like move your next needle, is over there. So trust all the work you did on the relationship side, know you got all that down, and that you're ready eventually to move into that spiritual conversation, probably at the end of the month. You're moving into November. What is this quintessence of this? 28. Sorry, I gotta do math in my head. 44. Emperor. Quintessence of this is the Emperor, meaning underlying all of this, the drive and structure that you put in place is what's ultimately going to move things forward. However, you're leading other people. It's not just driving yourself forward. So you're going to bring this person in the relationship, whether you'd like to be in a relationship, along with you. You're going to bring any doctors, mental health professionals, anybody who's surrounding you around your health. You're going to bring them along with you. And then similarly around your finances. Hey, how's it going, Jason? Similarly around your finances, then you're going to be bringing all of those financial support systems, including like banks, advisors, investors, what I want to say, retirement plan folks. You're going to bring them along with you in what it is that you're interested in, rather than the other way around. So I think it's pretty cool. It's a pretty like intense October, but then Aries, you don't tend to not have an intense month anyway. You've got things to do and choices to make. So not unusual, I think, at all. The only other thing I'd add is that you've probably got this repressed. Yeah, I think things are looking great, Mobile. You'll want to go back and watch the rest of this, but like briefly, you're on track health-wise. If you're not, I've got a recommendation for you. But I feel like you're on track health-wise. Financially, you're in an amazing place, and you can make some great choices right now. You can get creative with your finances. And relationship-wise, all the work that you put in the last 3 to 1 months has been extremely successful. So keep going. What's in the distance in the relationship is dealing with some spiritual issues, religious issues. And that's probably end of the month, moving into November. And you're driving. It's not unusual for you to be driving, but in this case, you're actually going to be leading and bringing some other people along with you, which is pretty cool. Thanks, Jason. Yeah, give that video a thumbs up. Comment, and I'm going to ask you afterwards to give me some comments, what you think about it. Let me know how your month went last month and how it feels like you're headed into the next. The only other thing, what was the one other thing I wanted to add here? Oh, I remember. Emotional state. The emotional state for the month, pretty repressed. Also not unusual for Aries, but I just want you to be aware there's this undercurrent of emotional state, that it's not that you're ignoring it, it's just pretty repressed. And I want you to know that there are people who are aware of that. They see that, and they're here for you. All you have to do is reach out. And it's not always the easiest thing to do, especially when you're pushing forward, driving forward, and you've got things to do. But if you need a little support and you wanna deal with that emotional state, at least get it on the table and talk about it a little bit so you feel like you've addressed it. There are people who are willing to listen to you. You just got to reach out to those friends and make sure it happens. All right. Everybody, I hope that's helpful for you. If it is, please leave me some comments. Let me know how it's going. This is something. This will be the first like month reading that I've done for folks. I did a quick one in September to try it out, and now I'm gonna see how we do during the month. So I'd love to hear how this fits for you, what you think's coming up, and throughout the course of the month, come back, revisit, see how it's going, see if you're still on track, and then leave me some comments about what kind of support you may need. You can always find more about me over at Comingouttarot.com, where I can also help you with additional readings if you're interested. But please subscribe if you haven't already, so we can keep track of each other, and I hope to see you again. Everybody, I'm going to go on to Taurus in just a minute, so if you got any Tauruses in your life, encourage them to come check me out in just a minute. Thanks, everybody. If my fingers worked.